Today's episode is sponsored by Troy Allen Buick, located in West Katanning, and Troy Allen Chevrolet Buick GMC of Slippery Rock. Looking for a new or pre-owned car? Visit TroyAllenBuick.com and TroyAllenChevrolet.net for your next ride. Support those that support Ion Sports. So, who is excited for...
I'm ready.
Put me
Stranger
in,
Things.
Coach.
Who's excited for Stranger Things tomorrow night?
I have no idea what
I don't think I'll be tuning in right away.
I know what you're talking about. I'm not caught up. I'm just going to be honest. But yeah.
So Mallory and I have had like
It's a thing.
2-month spell where like we haven't had much to watch of the stuff that we typically like. There's been no House of the Dragon.
Did you say spell?
Yeah.
I am Butler Eagle Sports writer Derek Pida, and here with me today are fellow sports writer Brendan Howe and Eagle Sports editor Jake Murda Adams. This is season 2 of the Alter Eagles Eye on Sports.
That's like an old person
Well,
word.
I wasn't gonna say
Oh my
dry
God,
spell
wait.
because I wasn't gonna throw that into this.
Well, you just did.
fishbowl here. Yeah, and I knew
That's a
exactly where that was
sports
gonna
term.
go.
Spell?
That's a sports term.
Yeah.
A spell
Dry
ago.
spell.
Well, dry spell is, but spell is like my grandma used to say stuff like that.
I mean,
You know what's not a sports term? Go round.
whatever. Get a thesaurus, Derek.
He's gotta get you for all the trivia that you're beating him.
Yeah,
on.
he's
Probably gonna lose
embarrassing-
today's too. Don't worry.
He's embarrassing me.
So yeah, we've had like a 2-month stretch here where there hasn't been much new stuff for us to watch, so we're excited for Stranger Things to come out. But over the weekend, we started watching Only Murders in the Building, and we've already gotten through the first season, which is 10 episodes long in like 3 days, which is a crazy fast rate for us. We usually don't binge anything very quickly,
Other
but it's been
than
exciting.
Steelers football currently, which is a horror show in itself. Other than in taking a break to watch Steelers football, I've been, every year it happens in late November when it comes the anniversary of November 22nd, 1963. I get full-on Kennedy assassination mode, and that's like all I've been doing. Other than watching Steelers
wow,
football.
I
really
get
brought
excited.
So
the...
here's the thing: when you
Really
think
brought
about
us down on
I've
that.
been watching a president get his head blown off, and the Steelers. That's two very,
Wow.
very horrific.
That went dark.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I get excited for food and football, and I don't know. There's the holiday, and Derek's over here.
He's talking about
Taking it to another
He's
level.
bringing us back to September, and we're like, dude, we're almost in December.
The other thing that I have now, I'm really kind of upset at myself that I let myself get suckered into this. But we're going to see Wicked for Good tomorrow morning. Mallory made me watch the first one over the weekend. So we watched the first one. We watched all of season 1 of Only Murders in the Building, and we've got Stranger Things season 5 starting on Wednesday. It has been a very strange week of TV and movies for us.
You're an interesting bird.
It's not...
You know?
Wicked is not
you think?
what I wanted to
No
watch.
comment. He's my boss.
No comment. Your laugh.
About an hour after
Okay.
we watched the first one on Saturday night, Mallory was like, "So what song stuck in your head?" I was like, "None." And then Sunday I woke up and what Popular got stuck in my head. I woke up to Popular in my head, and I was so frustrated.
Popular.
I didn't like that movie.
You're very clean shaven today, Derek.
I got a haircut.
You did get a haircut.
My wife cuts it. If you're gonna get a haircut like this,
You're giving me military vibes.
you don't go to
Cop
a
vibes.
barber shop, or I used to go to one here in town, a place up by Walmart, which will remain nameless. I'm not going to spend money to get my hair cut like this. My wife can do it.
Yeah.
She doesn't make a mistake. I mean, one time she
Yet.
did, and I bled for 3 days, but that's okay. I'm not going to spend money on a haircut. When you're getting it cut like this, it's just a nice, simple, took her like 3 minutes, literally.
So 2 of us have thrown our spouses under the bus. Brendan.
You have a girlfriend? Give us something here.
She doesn't cut my hair. She could. She went to school for that.
She does your eyebrows, though, doesn't she?
My eyebrows were done pretty recently, actually.
What about your
Got
nails?
them ready for Thanksgiving?
I don't even. They just got really like I don't shave it anymore, And
Wait,
if I
you
let it
used
grow
to
out-
shave between your eyebrows?
Yeah.
That's a bold move, my
Yeah,
frind.
yeah.
Bold move. One slip of the
That,
hand.
that might have
and
been why we ended up together, just so
You
she
could look
could
like Vanilla
fix
Ice.
my eyebrows a little bit. Vanilla Ice. What do
Yeah.
you look like?
He had like
What do
a.
you,
I can't. Moving on. Okay, hold on. I just realized I have another like favorite movie of all time. It involves sports.
If you say Rudy, I'm getting up and I'm walking out of the
Oh, I
door.
love that movie.
I love Rudy, but that's not it.
So corny.
Terry
It-
Hanratty's mentioned in that movie.
Well, one that I was obsessed with as a kid.
Not going for that look.
Let me see. What's that?
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, man, the eyebrow. He's like the slashes.
He's a weird dude.
Very weird.
He had
The
a
Sand-
reality TV show. No, he had a home improvement show.
Good for him. Good for him.
I don't know why I know that. Yeah,
You-
you're right. I
you know,
am
it's
being
because
weird
you're an
today.
interesting bird.
I'm being an interesting bird today. You're right. All right. I'm
Every
just gonna
day.
go sit in the corner.
Every day.
I'm embarrassed.
The
for myself.
Sandlot. The Sandlot.
Oh, Will loves that movie.
The
That is one of Melanie's
Sandlot
favorites.
is a good. If you look at me in my face and you say that you've never seen The Sandlot, you might have to
I've
get out of
seen
this room.
Parts of it.
That is a
and
top 5 sports movie.
Come on, man. Any little boy who loved baseball.
I didn't love baseball until I was at like 6th grade. I wouldn't even say I love baseball.
You're
I like
still a
baseball.
kid, though, in 6th grade.
I was watching Disney Channel.
So let me get this straight. You became a Pirates fan during their 100 loss season in 2010.
Yeah. That's when I started playing baseball, though. So we actually
Funny.
stopped on the Notre Dame campus on the way home yesterday.
We're going back to Rudy?
Yeah, we wanted to see Touchdown Jesus and like take a picture of it. And there's nowhere on the campus where you can like take a picture of it. You have to be in the stadium for the prime view of Touchdown
Well,
Jesus.
Duh.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's a weird school.
Yeah, I was thinking
I'd go there.
as we were leaving.
Nope.
As we were leaving, I said to Alan, I was like, college sports are so funny because this is just like a Catholic school in the middle of nowhere. And just because they were good for a few years in the early 1900s, suddenly like they're one of the most powerful schools in the country.
A few years in the 1900s. What do they want?
When they were playing
13 national
when they were
titles.
playing high schools and like YMCA teams.
Not
Yeah.
right. 1988, they won the national championship. And you know who they beat that year?
Yeah.
West by
He's gonna-
God, Virginia.
He's going to tell you.
What was the score? Who led the team in rushing?
I know their quarterback was Tony Rice. Their receiver was, I don't know. They won the national title in 1988.
Rocket Ismail.
I think he might have been a freshman on that team.
That's better than I would have done. I couldn't name a single college player probably from the 80s.
Did you
That's
see
wild.
a few weeks ago,
Brian Ballsworth.
2 weekends ago, when Pitt hosted Notre Dame and College Game Day came to Acrisure Stadium?
Yeah.
There was a person like in the fans that are like the background for the set. There was a person that was holding up a sign that said, "Notre Dame's French, not Irish." Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
That's,
good.
long-
actually really
How
funny.
long did it take them to come up with that?
That's a good burn.
It's like one of those posts that you see on social media that's like, I was today years old when I found this out.
I'm not sure
Like that realization.
I'm not sure the paper report on this at all, but we saw bears this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a bear killed in Portersville, shot in Portersville.
Oh, yeah.
Hunter got it. 770 pounds.
Believe it, the largest this year and one of the largest
Why was it shot?
hunting
Hunter.
season.
I feel bad for it
It's
too.
what's
I don't
Yeah.
like killing things.
Come on.
Was it
You kill
like
squirrels,
was it,
I've gotta
was,
hear
was
anything
it a
from you.
female
You kill
bear?
ants and bees.
I don't know.
Were there cubs?
I don't know. We did have a story on it though.
Yeah.
What did
Today,
they
I
do
think,
with
actually.
the bear though? Do they like
Pelt out of
do you
it,
harvest
probably.
that meat?
Probably, yeah.
Bear
You eat
meat.
it.
What is this? The
Hey,
1770s?
I don't
how
know.
many people are going to be eating turkey on Thursday? And they're animals
Ye-
too. They're God's creatures.
No, I know they are. And listen, turkeys are very sensitive creatures.
Not if you chop their head off.
Derek.
I mean, you got to do it right. You know?
We've had
Awful.
Touchdown Jesus, Wicked, Only Murders in the Building, and 2 references to heads being blown off or chopped off in the first 6.5 minutes of
I do
recording.
feel bad about the Kennedy comment.
I got to
because,
throw
I mean,
this
that-
out there.
That's the death of a human being.
We're-
I apologize for anybody that took offense.
We're
to that.
talking about heads being blown off and heads being cut off. I saw a TikTok the other day of
I don't know where this is
George
going.
Pickens, and the guy was like satirizing, if that's how you say that word,
Wait, what?
George Pickens celebrations. And he's like, George, you can't do that. And the one, he like shoots a football like it's a person. And the other, he chops, like he makes believe the football's a head. George Pickens, you got him up close and personal on Sunday.
Not even like the thing that irritated me most. not even the thing.
I'm sitting there the whole time. I was like, I want to text Jake, but I have to write right now, and he's probably not happy.
The new girl in the office got her first experience of what I can be like when I am very miserable with my team, and I was keeping it under control. Also because I couldn't watch every second of the game.
When you
like
blow a
normally
21-point lead, yeah, it's pretty bad.
and your offense looks like it's playing junior high football.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched Rutgers play Ohio State this past week, and there was a couple plays where Rutgers got the better of Ohio State. So
A couple plays.
I'd be nervous if I were
This
you.
has the potential to be the greatest football weekend of my life, okay? Friday before I come into work, we have a turkey.
On the 1 year anniversary of arguably the worst
Yes.
football weekend of his life.
Well, Friday's your turkey bowl?
We have two. We're having a smaller one with just like my closer friends, and then a bigger one on Saturday. So Friday morning / afternoon before I come in here, we're playing. Saturday we're playing. Sunday we have flag football in the morning. Oh, forgot the Ohio State Michigan game.
Jeez.
Saturday. We have flag football at 8 a.m. in the morning, and then we have the Steelers-Bills game. So looking for a good 5-0 sweep and be the best football weekend of my life.
What time's the game on Sunday?
4:15.
Wait,
25.
you all talked at the same time.
4:25.
4:25. Thank you.
We're
Okay.
doing our Christmas decorations and tree before, which is perfect because we get that out of the way. I get to
Then
put
you can
things on-
focus. You
and
can
then I can
focus.
sit down and get ticked off and start throwing things.
I'm just imagining you
Dad,
watching.
don't knock the tree over.
Yeah, I'm imagining you watching the game while setting up the tree, and it's
Oh.
just like
You're like
branches
tr-
being snapped
would
off.
not
Try,
happen.
trying to
That
hang an
would not
ornament,
happen.
like not looking,
Can't-
and it's like
can't-
dropping and breaking.
It will not happen. It would never happen that way. We always do the tree when the game's not on.
Well, that's right. That's why we couldn't all go to the Turkey Bowl last year. You're like, no. You're like, we do our tree, and it's got to be done before the Steeler game.
Two
right.
extremes this Sunday. The Steelers are either going to win by a few points
Or lose.
or lose by a lot of points.
Those are generally the
That's-
two options in sports.
Question. Might be too soon, but I feel like you all have enough knowledge. Any predictions for Super Bowl?
Wait a minute, I want to ask you something. You said the two options are the Steelers to win by a few points or lose. How many times this year have they gotten blown out?
They have. That's what we're talking about. Actually, me and my writer friends Nick and Alan were talking the other day. They haven't
We're
gotten
not
blown
his
out.
writer friends, by the way.
Yeah, I was
Derek.
just going to say.
You guys are also my writer friends, just not my Steelers writer friends.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, feel better about that.
we sit in the back seat.
I'm your podcast friend.
No.
I'm on the roof rack. I'm like that cat that rode
Like,
100
right.
miles.
Nick is someone I actually hang out with like outside of work. I'd offer you, but you say you're too cool to hang out with me. Anyways, we were saying the Steelers haven't gone blown out this year, but that second half against Green Bay really felt like it.
Okay.
So you don't think they're going to win?
They're good to get blown out once a year.
I don't know with the Bills. The Bills can look great one game.
Super
and
Bowl.
Awful the next.
Right now, if I had to put my chips down
Yeah.
on a matchup,
Uh-huh.
Broncos.
Bo Nix in the Super Bowl.
I hate the cop out because I know they got like the two best records, but I'm going to go with Broncos and Rams.
I'm going. It's either Rams and Chiefs or Rams and Ravens to me.
Patriots,
on.
Seahawks.
I still
Hold on a
don't
second
think
here.
they're-
I'll talk to you.
I still
What was
think the
yours
Chiefs
again,
can be
Jake?
counted out. Rams and Chiefs or Rams and Ravens. I can't. The
Nevermore.
AFC's bad. Like at least at the top, it's bad.
Bad.
Steelers fan in me is
The
rooting
Patriots,
for
the Broncos are bad.
No,
the
be
Patriots.
like
Boo.
like real.
No,
like
the
like
Patriots
real.
and the Seahawks are my Super Bowl.
The Patriots
Seahawks.
and the Seahawks. Interesting. Haven't we already had that?
I
Yes.
don't think the Patriots are ready this year. I'm not saying that they won't be a threat going forward, but I don't trust second-year quarterbacks to
Interesting.
win a Super Bowl.
You
but
trust the Ravens, who have had
If they lose one
great
game,
team for 6-7 years, and they've
yeah,
never gone.
I don't. The AFC feels more wide open, which is why I can't count out the Chiefs, even though technically right now they're outside of the playoff picture. That team, if they get in, could beat any one of the other
They
teams
need
in the
to.
AFC.
They need to just.
it would honestly.
WAB, and some people may know what that stands for. That's what the Chiefs are. WAB. I'm not going to say what it means. WAB.
I could infer.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you know what it is?
I was gonna say wannabes, but that's not it.
No, they're not wannabes.
Whiny, expletive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. His brain's working today.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever had Chicago pizza?
Yes.
No. Yeah, I
Yes.
have, but I don't like it.
That's crazy.
I like thin. I like New York style.
That's-
the only Chicago style I've had I didn't like. Yeah.
I after the game, I made sure not to eat a lot at halftime. They had like really good food there too, and I made sure not to eat a lot.
You're
at
like a
all.
bear hibernating for winter.
What's that mean?
I don't know. It just came out of my mouth.
Means
Go
you're
ahead.
gonna get
Continue.
shot.
No.
Somebody's
means
gonna
I get
shoot
shot in
you
the
and eat
Portersville
you.
Woods.
It's like he waits to eat so he can like.
Okay, well, I
hibernate.
know-
Gorge himself.
I knew I was gonna eat like a good amount of pizza, and I don't drink very often. I had a few beers. Pizza, delicious. So that was
That's a great story.
much better
I've never heard
experience
that
than-
before. Pizza and beer. That's good.
It tastes a lot better if the Steelers would have won that game.
Did you guys? So I know Kaboli tweeted the full Jalen Ramsey interview. Did you guys get to see any of that?
I generally don't watch player interviews after.
It was.
I've been listening to film reviews of the Eagles and just wanting to wring my own neck.
I counted exactly how many words Jalen Ramsey used to
I'd
answer.
pay to see that, Jake.
He was
I
asked.
would too.
He was asked 6 or 7 questions, and he used exactly 20 words to answer those questions, and then walked away after the
It sounds
last
to
question.
me. Last time they had a players-only meeting, they came out and won. So maybe it's time for Jalen Ramsey to call another players-only meeting before the Buffalo game.
The
and-
team should try having a players only meeting every week
There you
of
go.
the season. Let's see what happens in that.
I'm telling you, I got to ask DK when they're getting AJ Brown. I'm gonna ask him at some point, like, you got some pull there?
Not-
not for
at least 2
DK
months.
Metcalf if he wants to talk to us.
I read your story about his real first name. I didn't know what it stood for. So DK, I didn't know what it stood for. So good job. on
That was what you got out of that?
Well,
He's not a robot.
Did
He
he-
wasn't placed
did
here
you
with a
guys read it?
computer chip.
I didn't know.
Oh, Laura.
You don't even listen to our podcast episodes. What are you talking about? Are you
guys
kidding
can't see
me?
it?
I got
This
through
is
the first
episode
couple graphs,
64,
I
bro.
forgot to finish it up.
I will. When you listen to a
I'll,
full episode.
I'll give you a handshake after this. You read.
You drive to
read the
Pittsburgh.
story.
That's plenty of time to listen in the car.
I'm usually listening to obnoxious rap music the whole time. So
Well, you might have to change it up.
That's why I don't ride with him anymore.
I listen to podcasts almost exclusively now in the car.
I listen to YouTube documentaries.
he's gonna be listening to Wicked show tunes. That's what's gonna be on his playlist.
Oh,
It's
another-
gonna be
another
like
thing-
popular.
I'm into now.
Stop.
I want to be popular.
Stop. I don't like Ariana Grande. I don't
Ariana
want-
Grande?
I don't want that stuck in my head.
I think she's hilarious. Have you
Nope.
seen her on SNL? She's hilarious.
She's
Derek,
decent
what
on
were you
that.
saying?
He talks like this.
I think it's time for high school basketball.
I think so too.
I think it's time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So,
Gobble gobble.
it's crazy because I hate to sound like your grandfather here, but back when I was your age, the high school basketball season would tip off, and it was like every team, almost without fail, would be in a tip-off tournament.
Yeah.
Now, on that first day, now we've got teams tipping off on Saturday. We got teams not playing a game until next week, the first week in December. But the official start of the basketball team, when they are able to start, and we do have a number of teams playing, is Friday. The kickoff to the 25-26 basketball season. Less than a month ago, we had our media day at the Butler Family YMCA, and we were each responsible for talking to coaches from this team, that team, players. And now that the season is basically upon us, we're going to kind of get our take on the season, top players, top teams. We're going to start with Brendan.
All right. To kind of sum up the teams I talked to both Mars teams, boys and girls. They have Austin Orbeluski come back, the boys' side does, and Ben Dedish. Both were injured during this offseason. Austin had an ankle injury, and Ben Dedish, really interestingly, tore his Achilles and is going to be recovered hopefully in enough time to play this season, early this season. They're still kind of bringing him along from what they told me that night. And those are their two biggest players back. I think those are their only two starters back as well. So if you have the option, would you rather a bunch of role players back, or would you rather your two biggest players be back on the floor? And that's what they got there. The girls' team has two Division I athletes, and Alexis Cashdollar, who will be going to Wake Forest as a preferred walk-on to play basketball. Celia Christie, who we've talked to on this show, talked about a ton on this show. is going to Elon to play women's volleyball. So they have a lot of athleticism there to kind of help bring that team along too. Freeport, they're a smaller team. They're going to have to play good defense in the same section as North Catholic and Oakland Catholic, who I covered in the
Good luck.
district and state playoffs last year, and those are definitely the cream of the crop there, and expect to see those teams on that same stage this year. AC Valley boys, they had some trouble last year closing games out. They were close at the end, and their coach told me their coach Jess Quinn told me, like, every time they're in a game like that, something bad seemed to happen. So they've been running some situational things in practice, and practice is different than the games, obviously, but another year of experience they hope will kind of help that team. Seneca Valley boys, they have 4 of their 5 stars back. The only player they lose is Tyler Pepin, who I wrote a pretty in-depth feature on last year. It was probably their best player, but they have a solid group coming back that includes Owen Congdon, who is a big man that's they're going to kind of rely on. He was included in my top players that went on Monday. So I say this in football season too. You always talk to teams in the preseason. You're like, I'm excited for what's going to happen. Like, maybe this will be their year. We'll see over the next few weeks.
Jake, who did you speak with on November 5th?
Well, we probably have the team that is going to have the most intrigue, I would guess, this season. That's Butler boys with Stainton Forbes and Andrew Gettinger back. I mean, I've been saying this in the office, and I think I even kind of made this remark in some of our preview stuff. That's probably the best 1-2 punch of any Butler County team we have, and you could maybe even extend that to the girls' side too. I mean, those are 2 seniors that one of them's already committed to Edinboro. The other one is getting college interest to play at the next level too. Stainton's a super athletic forward. We know that. He plays above the rim better than most players in this area. Gettinger can be like a point forward kind of guy. He's handled playmaking duties before and is very big, very athletic, shoots the 3 very well. The biggest question for them is going to be Tate Lucas's absence at point guard. They didn't rely on him like exclusively at the 1. Like I said, Gettinger shows some playmaking ability. He can play at the point quite a bit. But this year they're talking about this might be more of a committee look. What does that mean though? Like, some teams can succeed in that way, but sometimes some identities of teams works better when they have just the guy or the girl in that role. It'll be interesting to see. They do have playmakers that Stainton even talked about, like, I can handle the ball, coming up the court. Jace Gratzmiller, who's also at Media Day, said like he'll be asked to do that possibly in some situations. It's going to be kind of scheme dependent. It's going to be play call dependent. It's going to be probably defense dependent too, opponent dependent. But that's an interesting team. They made it to the Whitfield playoffs last year, but this was a team that started 6-0 in non-conference play, I think it was, and then immediately ran into some trouble once section play started, and we saw them start games slow and have to kind of crawl their way back out. And they're saying, like, if we're going to do better this year, like, that can't happen. We can't make the little mistakes that we made during games last year. We can't start off, in a 6-point hole and try to claw our way back. This is a team that's saying all the right things right now. And I do think that they could be one of the better teams. I do think that if all things go well, health will be one of them. Forbes missed a bunch of games last year due to injury. This could be a team that makes the state playoffs. I don't know about winning a Whitfield 6A title, but could make the state playoffs. On the flip side is the girls team, which loses a ton of talent. Avery Mayer was a very solid guard. They had Sydney Patterson and Amelia McMichael. McMichael's at Westchester now. She was a 1,000-point scorer. All of them are gone. And the players back, they had Emily Hoffer and Emily Cornish as the player reps at Media Day. It's going to be a team effort. They still think that they can make the playoffs with this group, but there's a lot of uncertainty here. There's a lot of undefined roles, at least from an outside perspective. And I'm a little less certain with them. I think the boys team I have a better grasp on, at least early on. The girls team, it'll be interesting, but we haven't even seen games start yet, so it's tough to say. And then I talked to Knock boys and girls as well. Knock boys has a new coach in Joe Lafko. Interesting guy. He's been around in the Whitfield, I think mostly Whitfield, for almost 30 years, I think, as a coach.
It said 35 when I
35. They have Tegan Finucane back, who has 1,080 points. He's about 400 away from breaking the school record, which just takes like a 16, 17 point per game average over the course of the year, and he's there. It won't take – it's well within striking distance as long as he stays healthy. They do lose some talent, but this is a team that should – it's going to be in a very competitive section, but they should be able to compete with some of these teams. I'm not sure necessarily about like some of the elite teams in their section, but they should be kind of middle of the pack there, above 500 record, at least overall. The girls is going to be a defense first team. They're trying to make it to the playoffs for the 9th straight year. There's no real bell cow, like to use a football term, player on offense that's going to carry them. So they're going to need a bunch of girls scoring 8, 9, 10 points a game. Someone maybe popping off every night, and it could be different, one night to the next. They did talk a lot about their defense needing to carry carry them to wins. I did look this up. They went 12-11 last year overall, but they allowed more points than they scored. So obviously, high school basketball is a little weird like that. They can get blown out in some games because of just who you play in tournaments or non-section or whatnot, but still be competitive in their other games. I think that number is going to need to close or become more even if they want to try to do that, because they don't kind of have the butterball person that can take over games a little bit more. So if they're allowing 10 points a game more than they're scoring, I think they're going to be in a little bit more trouble this year. But I still think that's like a fairly balanced roster that should be able to compete and contend for another playoff spot.
Well, I talked to 7 coaches, so I'm going to take a deep breath here. North Catholic, I want to start off with them. Jim Rocco, he believes, and I can't argue with him based on last year's results, he believes he has one of the best guard combos in the state between Jude Rotman and Jason Fredericks. They averaged combined last year 36, 37 points a game. They're seasoned guys. I mean, they are a big reason, both of those kids, why North Catholic made the state semifinals last year. You covered their last game out at James Buchanan High School in Franklin County. I think
JB.
The key for them is how can they fill in around those guys? You got great ball handlers. You got guys that can score from the guard position. How can you fill in around it? What are the other 3 starting spots going to be cemented, or is it going to be kind of fluid depending on the matchup, who you're playing that night? But having 2 really good guards back who can average combined close to possibly over 40 points a game, that's a good place to start for them, a good foundation. Seneca Valley girls lost Gracie Cato, and her absence from the team this year, she graduated, can't be understated. She averaged 16 points a game last year and 4 assists. They do have Natalie Hambley back, though. Natalie Hambley is adept at both playing both point guard and shooting guard. I think the key for them, they know what they're getting from her because she's been a starter since her freshman year. The key for Seneca Valley girls is a player like Brooke Dufford, who averaged 6 points and 7 rebounds a game last year. Can she, increase her production? If she does, we could be talking about Brooke Dufford averaging a double-double this year. And I could definitely see that happening. Without Gracie Cato in the lineup, there's going to be other players shooting the ball. 6 points and 7 rebounds a year ago can easily turn into 10 and 11, 10 and 12 this year. We'll have to see how that works. Karn City, 23 and 4 last year, made the second round of the state playoffs. They have Naomi Vaneski back. She did average a double-double last year. I believe it was 11 points, 10 rebounds. She's back.
She's not a big girl.
No, she's not. She's listed on their roster as a forward, but what is she? Maybe 5'6"?
Yeah,
if that. So they have their top player back from last year. So we'll see what Karn City can do with that, how they can fill in around her. Union boys, again, the girls teams at Union and AC Valley are combined. The boys teams are not. Brennan talked about AC Valley boys. Union boys last year got off to a slow start to the season. They tried to claw their way back into playoff contention. They ended up finishing the season 10 and 12, so they just missed the playoffs. This year they're obviously looking to I think they got off to like a 3-8 start last year, and that just kind of hampered them the whole way through the season, kind of cost them a playoff spot. So we'll see if they can get off to a faster beginning to this season. Slippery Rock boys, AJ Mata, their head coach, they lost Josh Book. So he was our player of the year the last 2 years. And you take out a kid from a lineup that averaged 21 points and 11 rebounds for 2 straight years. Those are incredibly huge shoes to fill. Their top scorer back is Doug Popovic. I think he averaged like 6.8 points per game last year. So they definitely need players to step up, increase their production. They play in a tough region too. Sharon's in that region, Hickory's in that region. So we're going to find out pretty early to see, exactly what Slippery Rock has this year and what kind of team they're going to be after losing that huge piece as a forward with Josh Book graduating. The girls team, Slippery Rock, 3 seasons ago.
Do we need to give you a break? Do you need to catch your breath?
No, I'm good. 3 seasons ago, Slippery Rock girls won, I believe it was 3 games. 2 years ago, they won 7. So there was back-to-back years where they went 10-34. Jeff Steele gets hired as head coach. He comes in last year. They finished 18-8 overall, made the District 10 playoffs, made the state playoffs. They did lose C.J. Sabo, who was a very physical presence inside for them. She led them in, I believe, scoring, and she was second in rebounds. She's graduated. She is gone. But Madison Romanovich returns after averaging 16.4 points and almost 9 rebounds a game last year. So that's a great piece for them to build around. And Union AC Valley girls, can they find other go-to players, other go-to scorers other than Maddie Dehart? Last year they finished with 4 wins. Maddie averaged 14 points and 11 rebounds a game last year. So they just need to find a few. I talked to their coach, Kelly Kiefer, a few. Yeah, she's the I think she's the mother of the Union AC Valley quarterback. Other girls other than Maddie last year were like tentative. They didn't want to shoot the ball. And obviously Maddie's inside. She's a center, and they could get the ball inside to her, but teams were obviously focusing their defense when they found out the other players weren't shooting. She said the players just need to come up with a little bit more confidence. They need to go into games more confident. They need to take the court with confidence and be able to, take shots to alleviate some of the pressure off of Maddie. If they can do that, I think we'll be talking about an improved Falcon Knights girls team this year. But again, coming off 4 wins, they need to take a few steps forward there and do what they can with Maddie one more year in the lineup because she's a senior. She's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. We did a player poll a couple weeks ago. Well, at Media Day, we released it a couple weeks ago. Gettinger was voted the preseason player of the year on the boys' side, and Seneca Valley Star was named the girls' player of the year.
Hambly.
You guys are. I was gonna say you're gonna leave me hanging here, and I just completely lost. Oh, all right. You're Laura.
He's ready for
having a weird day.
Long weekend.
I am. Natalie Hambly was voted the girls' player of the year. Who do you guys think right now, without seeing any games, would be? Who do you expect to be player of the year if you had to name someone, boys and girls, in the county?
Wow. I'm going to go with Madison Romanovich. Now, what can she do? What numbers can she put up on average per game without CJ Sabo in there? Because, when you have 2 physical girls, as those 2 girls are, I mean, they're, you take one of them out of the lineup because CJ's graduated, that's going to affect how teams defend you. Mm-hmm. That's going to affect how teams defend the player that's still there. In this case, it's Madison. But she's a great athlete. Also played volleyball here in the fall. Preseason, I'd put my chips on Madison Romanovich. And on the boys' side, Gettinger. I mean, that's the easy pick, but I'm going to go with Gettinger.
I'm going to go with the 2 teams that we usually cover the latest in the playoffs with Jason Fredericks and Brady Weiner.
Interesting. Why? Did you want to any reason?
They're the best players on what I think will probably be the best teams in our county, the ones that we see play latest into the schedule here. So I don't know. I've covered both of them pretty in depth. I think this will be Brady's junior year, and I wrote a feature on her freshman year. She was a star last year. Then Jason Fredericks, he's kind of, I know you mentioned they kind of have the 2 guards they can go to, but from what I've seen and from what I've covered, he's the guy for them.
Are you and I going to tag team each other out in Franklin County in late March again?
I sure hope not.
He covered North Catholic's boys last year out in Franklin County on a Friday night. I drove out on Saturday and covered the girls team in Chambersburg High School on Saturday. So we didn't quite pass in the night, but it was pretty darn close.
Yeah, my brakes on my car weren't that great coming back. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's going down the mountain. I was like, please stop.
Tuscarora Mountain.
I'll say, just for the sake of us having 3 different answers here, I think Wroblewski's got a good shot to be a player of the year type candidate. It's kind of similar criteria. Good team, good player. Mars could be around for quite a while. He averaged 17.5 points, and he's a pretty darn good 3-point shooter for his size, or just in general in high school. So I think that I do think Fredericks and Gettinger are probably the two favorites right now, but let's throw a dark horse in there. And I'm going to say Natalie Hambly on the girls' side. A girl who can play both guard positions is super valuable at the high school level.
Absolutely.
Super valuable.
Especially in 6A. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, with Seneca Valley, I mean, you're playing North Allegheny twice a year. Butler, I don't expect them to be an easy out, so yeah, it's going to be tough. But having a girl like Natalie Hambly with so much starting experience, I think that's the thing that has to be mentioned first and foremost about her. She, as you said, she can play both guard positions. She's going to be a 4-year starter. She has the experience to produce and lead a team. So.
And what did you say before when we were in the office? 876 career points?
872.
72.
I don't have all the numbers in front of me, but I think she's the player this year that right now entering the season is closest to 1,000.
So we're going to have that. Finucane's running for the all-time program record.
We have every 1,000-point score in Butler County history.
I think there's one or two others that are going to be knocking on the door that we just. I'm drawing a blank on who they are, but I feel like I remember last year there was a couple players that were in like that 7 to.
They came night after night last year.
Yeah.
What about Wroblewski?
What about Wroblewski, Mr. Mars?
I'll have to ask. I was going to say that their coach, Kobe Filippi, I think he's like early 30s. Like he's that might warrant a feature at some point with how young he is. Like,
well, who's the youngest coach we have right now? The Carson City boys coach.
Oh yeah, he's like what? 24?
He's younger than you.
24. Right?
Yeah. He's like 20.
Maybe
25.
we'll have to get like a young coaches feature together.
There you go.
Like, I think that'd be cool.
Worth mentioning too that Hambly is a Pitt Johnstown commit. She just did that in September, early October, I believe it was.
I think it was actually August.
And Sam Weir has gotten some Division I interest, including an offer from LaSalle.
Yeah.
Go Explorers. Well, not really. I root for Temple, but they're not Villanova, so.
We know you're an owl. A night owl. Since we're already talking about basketball, let's dig into our memory banks and come up with a very memorable, whether it be because of a team's performance or individual thought from a game we covered in the past. Brendan, take it away. Boys or girls, first of all?
Boys.
Okay.
It's funny. I'm usually on that ask these questions. Like, what was your favorite this?
And I feel like I've talked about this game before that I'm going to bring up too.
So my game has as much to do with the actual game as what happened after. This would have been, 2022? Right?
Your first year here?
No, it wasn't first year. I'd moved to Butler at that point, so it might have been like 2.5, 3 years in. 2.5 years. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I covered South Fayette boys at Mars, and it went into triple overtime. Tass Fanos, I think, in that game, he went on to play at, what was that school in Carolina called? It was like a new program.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. But
I forget what the school was, but it was a new basketball, new Division II basketball program. Right. Now he's at IUP. Probably one of the best basketball players I've watched in my time here, other than some of the guys that we saw at Butler and Brandon Littlejohn and Devin Carney. But she's telling me to hurry up here.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you're going into so many details.
Tassis Fanos, I think, hit 2 buzzer beaters to keep that game, like keep Mars in that game in regulation, then overtime. They ended up losing because in third overtime, South Fayette's big man ended up, I think, like, it's 6 or 7 points just in that period, and they win. We go down afterwards, and one of the fans that was sitting in front of me was from South Fayette, and I'm interviewing the coaches, and someone comes down and yells that this kid's got a gun. So everyone goes and hides in the closet, probably like the most tense 10 minutes of my life, till someone comes down and says it's all good. We ended up having to write a news story about that. So after the news story was all wrapped up, John asks, like, can you still get something on the game? I go over to Sheets. I'm still, like, in shock, basically. And I couldn't even search the story because I was like, I didn't even get that much detail. Like, I didn't do the game justice because of what had happened afterwards. And then it was funny. It was sometime in December because I was at a Christmas party the few days after, and I heard, like, these 2 strangers, like, talking about what happened. And, like, it was so crazy. Like, the way they reported was, like, I went over all awkward. I was like, yeah, that was me. So, yeah, that game will probably always be the craziest basketball game I ever covered for multiple reasons.
Well, news, sports, like Natalie Hambly, you are versatile, my friend. Okay, Jake, what do you got for us?
Mine was a district quarterfinal that should have been a district final, District 3. Carlisle versus Reading. This is when Lonnie Walker IV, who was later drafted by the San Antonio Spurs I want to say he was around number 8 overall in like 2021. Went to University of Miami. Played an awesome game. Easily the best basketball game I've ever seen. It was 78-73 final, Reading in overtime. It was one of those like classic, every time a team made a bucket, the other team answered. So I don't think the game was ever more than 5 points. Like either team was ever more than 5 points out, especially late. It was back and forth. Walker, I think, had like 37 points. This was a Carlisle team that 2 years later would go to the state semifinals. And that year, everyone thought, like we thought, the community thought, a lot of the state thought Carlisle was a threat to make the state championship and face Reading against Lonnie Walker, as like all of them were seniors. The core of Carlisle's team and Lonnie Walker were all in the same class. And so 2 years before that, we get a preview of what this could look like in the district quarterfinals in a game that whoever won that game looked like they were going to win the district final. And Carlisle had a chance, but it was literally Lonnie carrying that team in the last, I think he had 13, 14 points going into halftime and scores the rest of them like late third quarter, fourth, like almost all the buckets in the fourth quarter on Reading side were his. And Carlisle's answering with the Barnes brothers. They're answering with Deshaun Millington, who was their rising star. I think he was a sophomore guard at the time. A whole bunch of guys are contributing on offense, and they're throwing like everything at Lonnie to try to stop him. They're doing box and one, they're doing 3-2 defense, they're doing zone, they're doing switching up who's man, all this stuff, and they can't slow him down. And Reading just had enough left at the end of overtime to pull away, get Carlisle into foul trouble, or force Carlisle to have to foul to try to slow the game down and get it in it, and they just couldn't. It was an awesome game. 2 years later, Carlisle loses in the state semifinals in a game that they should have won. And we would have had a chance to see Carlisle versus Reading, which would have been in this awesome District 3 state championship in 6A, which is usually dominated by Philly, which most of state basketball is. And we would have had a chance to have like a Central Pennsylvania championship game, and we were really close to it. It would have been a really cool story.
I've always kind of found it interesting how people from out your way, where you're from, when I think of, I know where Reading is. My father-in-law was actually born in Reading. He wasn't raised there, but he was born in Reading. People refer to Reading, PA as Central PA. It's almost like it's Philly in this very slim column of far eastern PA that people consider to be eastern PA, and anything west of that's considered to be central.
I think some of it is like, if you look at between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, there's the Allegheny Mountains, just there's no civilization there. So like, and I know this because whenever you'd have
Pennsylvania
in District 3, especially in basketball and baseball, depending on where your teams were seated, if they were the third seed out of District 3 or the 7th seed or whatever, they could go east or west. Well, especially once you started getting into the Pittsburgh/Erie teams versus Harrisburg area, the only school that could host those neutral site games was Altoona.
Wow.
Which is 2.5 hour drive away from Carlisle. And that's like another 30 minutes away from Harrisburg.
That's like Central PA.
Yeah, so like there was no other option. Like you guys driving out to Chambersburg and James Buchanan and stuff like that, that's like the equivalent of me going out to Altoona. And I did that Altoona drive a handful of times. There's nowhere else to go. So I think that's why we kind of look at Harrisburg, even though it's southeast central PA is Central PA.
You want to go to West Perry to host a state playoff game? Or Big Spring? I had a guy chop down a tree on my property one time. He was a Big Spring graduate.
Really?
He was not a nice guy.
Big Spring is the new home of the district cross country, or at least it was when I was there. The new home of the district cross country championships. Good like place to host it.
It's crazy that I've this will be my 24th fall at the Butler Eagle, and I'm going back to the very thank you, I'm still here. I bring my oxygen tank in with me every day. I'm going back to the very first winter season that I worked at the Butler Eagle, which was the 02-03 season. Right before Christmas, Seneca Valley boys host Shaler section game, and I can't remember exactly what the score was, but Shaler is up entering the fourth quarter. and a guard. He was a football player who went on to play football at Shippensburg. His name was John Aldridge. Really good athlete. He goes on to score 22 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Dang.
To tie the game. Game's tied at the end of regulation, and Seneca Valley ends up winning in overtime. But yeah, 22 points in one quarter. I mean, you score 22 points in a game, you're a Butler Eagle Athlete of the Week. I mean, if you average that for a season, you're a really good basketball. You're going to be all-star, county, region. He scored 22 points in one quarter. And the kind of weird thing is, when I think back, he scored 34 points in the entire game. You're thinking, oh, man, this guy had 22 in one quarter. What did he end up with, 50? Other players were
22.
doing this. Yeah, he scored 22 in one quarter, ended the game with 34. But, yeah, his point flurry there in the fourth quarter tied the game for Seneca Valley. I don't know if this is the case. I actually have this scorebook stashed away somewhere. I think he scored all of Seneca Valley's points in that quarter. Not sure.
Scorebook stashed away.
Oh yeah, I keep all those stat books. But in any event,
I
Seneca
used
Valley
to for a while too. Yeah.
Seneca Valley did tie the game and win in overtime. And as you can imagine, Shaler's coach at the time was a guy named Howie Ruppert, real old guy, like probably at the time probably mid-60s. And if his team won, he wasn't the greatest interview. If they won, when they allow 22 points in one quarter to a player from the other team, they give up the lead, lose in overtime. You can imagine what he was like after that game. I don't know if I got anything out of him. I approached him, I remember that, but I don't think he wasn't too friendly with me. But yeah, one other game I want to mention real quick, 2023, Slippery Rock boys playing Warren in the District 10 quarterfinals. Slippery Rock entered that game as the bottom seed, number 8. They entered the playoffs with an 11-11 record, and Warren ended up winning, but they needed triple overtime to do it.
Wow.
And that was. I think Warren entered that game with like 3 or 4 losses. Slippery Rock was 11-11, and this was up at the Haggerty Family Event Center up in Erie. Great game. Unfortunately, our team didn't win, but I talked about that game with A.J. Mata, the head coach at our media day earlier this month, and now he can just he kind of gets a smile on his face about that game because he knows what a great effort his team gave. But that night it was tough to swallow, knowing that they were that close to beating off the number 1 seed. But so that's some of our memories from high school basketball, and hopefully we'll create a few more this year.
Welcome to At the Buzzer, where quick thinking meets court vision. I'm Jake, and here's how this game will work. We're putting our high school basketball stars to the test. They have 45 seconds to answer as many rapid-fire questions as I can throw at them on basketball, pop culture, and more. Who's got the fastest mind in the gym? Let's find out. All right, Nia DeSanti, Freeport girls basketball. Are you ready for At the Buzzer?
Yes.
All right. Which Harry Potter house are you?
Hogwarts.
That's the school. One player set to have a breakout season on the team.
Macy.
Besides the phone call app, if you had to keep only 3 apps on your phone and delete the rest, which 3 would you keep?
Messages, Snapchat, Instagram.
Man or zone defense?
Man.
Least favorite chore to do at home?
Dishes.
Who is the best dresser on the team?
Me.
Horror movies or rom-coms?
Rom-com.
Should there be a 4-point shot in basketball?
Yes.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
People chewing really loud.
What's your favorite shot on the floor to take?
Midi.
Who are the 2 people on your team you would want to help survive a zombie apocalypse?
All
right, Michael Graystick, Freeport boys basketball. You ready for At the Buzzer?
Absolutely.
For or against the shot clock in high school basketball?
4.
Favorite or toughest player in the area to defend?
Tegan Finucane.
Who will be the team's MVP this season?
Me.
All right. If one person could narrate the rest of your life, who would you want narrating it?
LeBron.
If you could change positions in basketball, what would you want to play?
Point guard.
Favorite athlete in all of sports?
Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
Who has the best uniforms in Butler County?
Us.
Universal Studios or Disney?
Disney.
What's the number one play on your highlight reel? Your favorite play you've ever made?
Um.
Gotta be quick.
Good thing.
All right, thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. All right, Lauren writes, North Catholic girls basketball. Are you ready for at the buzzer?
Yes.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
What is your least favorite drill to do during practice?
Zigzag defense.
What is your perfect breakfast?
An omelet with avocado and toast.
Ooh, okay. What's one rule change you would bring to basketball if you were the czar of basketball?
Pass.
What's your superpower in basketball or life?
Working hard.
Biggest game on the schedule this year is?
Oakland Catholic.
Which Harry Potter house are you?
Oh, Hogwarts.
Hogwarts? No, that's the house.
Wait, what? Wait. Okay, keep going. I don't
All right. One player set to have a breakout season on your team.
know. Brady.
Besides the phone call app, what 3 apps on your phone would you keep if you had to delete the rest?
Messages.
Thank you so much, Laura. We appreciate it. Madison Romanovich, Slippery Rock Girls Basketball. Are you ready for at the buzzer?
I'm ready.
All right. Besides the phone call app, what 3 apps on your phone would you keep if you had to get rid of the rest?
Snapchat, iMessage, TikTok.
Man or zone defense?
Man.
Least favorite chore to do at home?
Sweeping.
Who is the best dresser on your team?
Gia.
Horror movies or rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Should there be a 4-point shot in basketball?
No.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Skip.
What's your favorite shot on the floor to take?
3-pointer.
Who are the 2 people on your team you'd want to help survive a zombie apocalypse?
Brielle and Gia.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Number 1 song to sing at karaoke?
Skip.
More fun to make a big play in front of the home crowd or in front of a road crowd?
Home crowd.
Thank you so much, Miss. All right, Casey Dar, Slippery Rock Boys Basketball. Are you ready for at the buzzer?
Yes, sir.
One pregame routine or superstition you do before each game?
I always eat a Hershey's almond bar.
Hershey Almonds Bar. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
For or against a shot clock in high school basketball?
I'd say I'm for the shot clock.
All right. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite or toughest player from the area to defend?
Ooh.
Quick. You got to be quick.
Ben Fisher.
Who will be the team's MVP this year?
The whole team.
Who, if one person could narrate the rest of your life, who would you want being the narrator?
Probably the narrator from like those History Channel
Okay.
documentaries. Yeah.
If you could change positions on the floor, which position would you want to play? So close. Thank you, Casey.
Yep.
All right, Jada Brigard, Knock Girls Basketball. Are you ready for at the buzzer?
Yep.
All right. What's your favorite shot on the floor to take?
Wing.
Who are the 2 people on your team you would want to help survive a zombie apocalypse?
Aubrey and Livy.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Number 1 song to sing at karaoke?
Last Friday night.
More fun to make a play in front of a big play in front of the home crowd or the road crowd to silence them?
Road.
What would be your wrestling entrance song?
Pass.
Who is your favorite player to watch on the boys or girls teams at Knock?
Girls, Nia.
Okay. Sweet or sour?
Sweet sour.
Yep. Sweet or sour?
Sour.
Buzzer beating 3-pointer or breakaway dunk? All right. Thank you so much, Jada. Appreciate it.
That's it.
Tegan Finucane, Knock Boys Basketball. You ready for at the buzzer?
Sir.
All right. One pregame routine or superstition you must do for each game.
I got to do my stretches in the locker room.
Favorite pro or college basketball player right now?
LeBron James.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
For or against a shot clock in high school basketball?
For.
What's your least favorite holiday? Gotta be quick.
Thanksgiving.
Favorite or toughest player in the area to defend?
Derek Lang.
Who will be the team's MVP at the end of the season?
Coach Lafko.
If one person could narrate the rest of your life, who would it be?
LeBron James.
If you could change positions that you play in basketball, which would you want to play?
Small forward.
Favorite athlete in all of sports?
LeBron James.
Who has the best? Thank you very much, Tegan. I appreciate it. We always start the segment before you're ever ready, Laura. We just we enjoy this part.
No, you do this thing. Like if I miss it, you're like, music, music, and then I bring it in. You all just sit here and stare at
I've
me.
never-
You didn't
I've
hear
never
Derek
demanded
just now,
anything.
just going. He was singing it before.
He was finishing his statement. I'm gonna zoom in on your face. Wait, do that again. Hold on.
He's
wait.
I've been concerned about him. He talked about needing oxygen a minute
Wait,
ago.
do
I
it
think he might
again.
actually need oxygen.
Keep doing it. Oh, this is going in.
This poor guy. He has been talking so much today. He is I can hear it every time. Like we were going through the team stuff. I'm like, I need to get him water.
That's going in.
I'll get him to give me a sponge bath.
We need to speak to HR.
I'll give you a
That's
loss
going
instead.
out.
Is that better?
You need a what? What
A
do you?
loss.
In the podcast.
Yes,
Or
I
in the-
understood.
in
The
okay, you're just giving us this
Steelers
look. I got to double check.
have won twice on Thanksgiving. They've played 8 times. Can you name what years they won on Thanksgiving?
What was the phrasing
Wait,
of that
say
again?
it again.
The Steelers have won twice on Thanksgiving.
The
Okay.
Steelers have won twice on
They've
Thanksgiving.
played 8 times on Thanksgiving.
They've played 8 times on Thanksgiving.
So what are the 2 years that they won on Thanksgiving?
What are the 2 years that they won on
Why
Thanksgiving?
can't you ask me about their losses? They lost in 83. They lost in 91. They lost in
Holy
98.
macaroni and cheese.
They lost in 2013.
What?
And you're asking me the two.
You just blah, 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 blah.
It's still impressive. Like, he loses, but the people that listen got to be like, this guy's nuts.
You can in 2 years.
No, he's Rain
ask
Man.
me
We've
the
already
last time
decided
the
that.
Eagles played on Black Friday or Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be like, that's in 2. They played Black Friday this week, and I'm going to forget in 2 years that they did that. And this guy's like, yeah, they played on Thanksgiving in
See,
He's like-
1983.
Black
Back
Friday.
in, he's like, the temperature outside was, it was 35
Contrary
degrees.
to what the retail industry would love you to believe, Black Friday is not a holiday. It's a known day, but it's not a holiday.
Yeah.
So when the Steelers play on Thanksgiving, 83 they got crushed by the Lions, 45-3. 91 they lost to the Cowboys, 20-10. That was the same day my grandpap died unexpectedly. Horrible day in our family's history. 98 they lost the coin flip game. You know what the coin flip
Yes.
game is, right?
Yes.
Where Jerome Bettis said heads. The referee said he said tails, and they give the ball to the Lions, and they lose to Barry Sanders. That was Barry Sanders' last Thanksgiving game. He retired like 5 months later. 2013, you remember this game?
Wow, this is awesome.
He was, Le'Veon Bell was going to score a touchdown. He did score a touchdown, but he lost his helmet at the half-yard line. And since the rule was you can't advance the ball after you lose your helmet.
remember
That's
that.
right. Yes, I remember that.
You can't advance the ball after losing your helmet, and he lost the helmet when the ball was on the half-yard line. So they said no touchdown. They lost to the Ravens by like 5 points.
I think he gets the
Nevermore.
point. Just
Okay.
just
Wow,
ripping
we
up
went through
all
the whole
of
song. We went through the whole song.
I can't.
Just give it to him. Just-
No.
that's
The question is
that's
the
enough.
question.
That's enough knowledge.
I'm gonna say 19. I'm gonna say 1947 and 1957.
1950 and 2016, but you win. That's just absurd.
Notice the one game they won recently was a game I forgot. 2016. Who did they play on Thanksgiving?
Let's see here.
This is just
I
You should
completely.
know.
I didn't know that.
Hey, while he's looking that up, do you guys know where the term Black Friday originated from? Because it originated from 2 events.
I do not.
The
Tell me,
first use
Professor.
was for the 1869 financial panic on November 24th. And then later, in the 1950s and 1960s, Philadelphia police used the term to describe the chaotic and heavy traffic from shoppers the day after Thanksgiving. Boom.
Go Philly?
They beat the Colts.
Question mark?
They beat the Colts 28-7.
On
They're both
Thanksgiving.
5-5.
Colts.
The game that they won in 1950 was against the Cardinals, and it was 28-17. They won. Both teams are 4-5 afterwards. So they've played the Lions 1, 2,
But yeah, you
just
just
twice.
started dropping facts. You were just like, boom, 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 boom. They were just like,
That was.
I'm not going to say. They were like,
This is Derek's show today, and we're just living in it.
You can have the point. I'll give it to you.
That is crazy.
You say, here's the worst thing when you're like in a competition with somebody, and they feel bad for you. They give you credit for something. It's like that's embarrassing to me. That's literally embarrassing to me. It's like a team that has the ball on the 2-yard line and they kneel the ball on the last play before halftime because they're already up 70-0. Notre Dame, Syracuse.
I mean,
When I saw
what?
that score on Saturday, that was 7-7. I can't say on the show what I said.
That was a pretty wild.
Pretty
score.
brutal.
I turned that game on 2 minutes into. I completely forgot that game's even been played. I didn't know who Notre Dame was playing last Saturday. I turned it on 2 minutes into the second half, right? So almost a whole half to play. It's 56-0. And I thought, my gosh,
That's wild.
this is the team that Joe Janko roots for. I mean, we think we've got it bad as Steeler fans. At least they're in a game. I can
Go ahead, Brendan.
I can switch.
Your section's not done
Welcome to Beyond Butler with Brendan.
Okay, well, Laura got that part out of the way. She forgot to say our weekly segment where we talk about something outside of Butler County sports, whether that be professionally or collegiately. Jake, you leave for your Thanksgiving.
yet. Leaving Thursday morning. Yep.
Stay away for Thursday morning.
Yeah.
But you're off tomorrow, right?
I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah. So Thursday, the part that I look forward to, and I asked Bailey this. I went to her Thanksgiving for the first time last year, and I asked her, "Is your grandpa gonna have football on downstairs again?" So I'm looking forward to a day full of football. The Cowboys and the Chiefs, everyone is expecting it to break ratings records this week, just because the Cowboys are the Cowboys. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes and have made however many Super Bowls in the past half decade. What is your guys' opinion on holiday football? Because I'm sure mine has changed over the past few years. And what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I don't care about Thanksgiving football, in the sense of that's fine. I like Thanksgiving football, but I was also born into it. I was molded by it. But this abomination as Black Friday football, I hate this. I also particularly hate this because I am going to continue to rail against Roger Goodell and the schedule makers for the Eagles. I think they had a vendetta that the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year, and they don't like the tush push. And they have given them one of the worst schedules I've ever seen for a defending champion, including 2 Thursday games. They've had a Monday nighter, a Sunday nighter, and now they've got this Black Friday game in the last 3.5 weeks.
You can't lie, though. You can't lie. Anytime the schedule comes out, the first thing I've done since I was a kid was look for the primetime games.
Yes.
Those are the cool games.
But they gave them 2 Thursday night games, which the opening one
is the opener.
That one's fine. But they gave them a second, and then immediately after that Thursday night game, it was they had a regular Sunday game, I believe, and then they went Monday night, Sunday night, regular Sunday game this week, and Black Friday. So in a month stretch, they've got 3 primetime games, including 2 of them that create short weeks. And now they're taking over Christmas.
I don't feel bad
like
for
this.
any team that has to play a lot of games in a short period of time, because the Steelers did in 2020 when they played 3 games in 11 days.
Well, that also was the COVID year. That kind of had a.
Last year, you guys had a 3-17 stretch where you had the Thursday night game.
That was brutal too. So, my view on primetime games, now that I cover them, is I hate them. The holiday games even more so. It's cool to cover them under the lights and everything, but being there for 6-7 hours after the game and still working, then driving home when nobody else is on the road, not fun. Yeah. So, I used to get excited to see holiday games, not anymore.
I love Thanksgiving football. I just don't want the Steelers ever to be one of the teams playing on Thanksgiving.
Oh, it makes it so much more enjoyable.
And I
agree.
I also I know this has been part of the NFL for the last 20 years or so. I like Detroit hosting the early game, Dallas hosting the late afternoon game, and that's it. At night, you would have, back when I was your age, they would have a college game on at night. It started 7:30.
The rivalry games,
the Egg Bowl, or a Mississippi State Ole Miss game.
The Territorial Cup.
Now there's a third NFL game on.
I don't hate that though.
I don't like that
because I get it's 9 hours, 10 hours of football.
Well,
so start me at 1:00.
You watch the Egg Bowl?
No.
No.
Hey, this year people are
scrambled or over easy.
This year people are going to be watching the Egg Bowl because everybody's wondering whether Lane Kiffin's going to leave.
Lane Kiffin might not be there.
I want one of you.
He might leave mid-game. You don't know.
I have once again been embarrassed here for trivia. Jake, I need to be redeemed here. Dallas plays Kansas City on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Look this up, Jake. 1995. The Chiefs played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and the Cowboys won 24-12, I believe.
Holy crap!
You got that?
Yep, right there. Can you tell me how many yards receiving Michael Irvin had? Since it's the other stat that's up immediately on Google.
Yeah. 174.
No, 121.
It was over 100.
It was over 100.
What's your guys' favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Here's the. I love turkey. I
know you like stuffing because you're probably weird.
I also like.
Probably weird.
So my family has this dish, and
These
Beth
days.
does not make it because she's cooking our Thanksgiving dinner.
I think I remember you saying something like
Cracker
this last
salad?
year. Yeah.
It's literally like saltine crackers, celery, onions cut up, and you just
So
douse
gross.
it with gravy. Oh, it's great.
Wait,
but
are we doing a Groundhog's Day thing here where we're just asking the same questions? Did we do this last year?
We might have.
here's the thing.
I just remember him saying it.
I
I'm not sure
love
I asked
turkey.
it, and I just brought it
Can
up.
I answer the question, please? Jeez, I whiz. I love turkey. I like stuffing, all that. But here's
So,
the
Brendan.
thing. If you want if you're going to put two things on my plate for Thanksgiving, here's what I want: a plate full of mashed potatoes, like a plate full. Corn,
It's got to be homemade or instant mashed potatoes.
either way, I don't care.
Oh, I care.
And doused with about a stick and a half of butter, like melted. Corn and mashed potatoes. I could live on that.
What do you put on your mashed potatoes?
He just said
Butter.
a stick of
Just butter.
Butter, butter and some pepper.
No, I was gonna say salt and pepper. You're not a gravy person.
Garlic. So
Not-
mixed into homemade mashed potatoes, it's got to be garlic, parsley, or oregano, a little
That's too
paprika,
fancy for me.
black pepper, and salt.
Jake, if you ever want me to not eat mashed potatoes at your house, invite me down and I'll.
My father-in-law only eats instant mashed potatoes. Only.
Oh no.
I'll eat both. I don't
No.
I'll do both, but
Ew.
No.
Get out of here.
but only
Get
I
out
love,
of this room.
I love homemade mashed potatoes so much more.
Shame.
I've been tasked. My favorite dish is cranberry sauce, and I've been tasked with making it for
Never been into cranberry
Bailey's
sauce.
family. And I didn't know until the other day that people use orange juice in their cranberry sauce recipe.
I wouldn't know
Because
this.
it sweetens. Cranberries are very bitter, so there's a balance.
I gotta ask my
Balance.
parents how they make it because I liked how they made it with like just I think cranberry, sugar, and water. Fine by me. I didn't know orange juice came into the equation. So she called her grandma last night. Good.
Go ahead.
She called her grandma last night to confirm that her grandma uses oranges. And I was like, I've never heard of this. She's like, well, I told you. So
So
I'm gonna have to change what I like.
you're gonna put me down for eating saltine crackers, onions, celery, and gravy together, and you're gonna eat mashed potatoes with cranberry sauce.
I actually will mix them together if I feel like it. Yeah.
Interesting.
If the mood catches him right. Yeah, if you ask my wife right now, she's the one that's nice enough to cook everybody's Thanksgiving dinner for us. My dad, sister, and nephew are coming up, so there's going to be 6 of us. She'll tell you right now she's going to buy 4 cans of corn for me and 1 for everybody else.
Wow.
Whoa,
You know-
dude.
Wow.
You know what he ate for dinner in the office last week?
I mean, I've
Please.
seen most of his rotation of food.
Tell us.
Tuna, mayonnaise, and raw onions just mixed together.
Okay, hold.
And
hold.
pepper.
I
And
like
some pepper.
the only thing that I like in that is the onions.
Tuna and mayonnaise is fine for
Have
me.
you seen Matthew McConaughey's tuna? I had tuna for lunch today.
Hey,
Have you
hey.
seen his recipe? It has wasabi in it and frozen peas for crunch. Apparently, people are like, don't knock
Crunch.
yeah. And the
Frozen
wasabi
peas.
makes it spicy. There's mayonnaise in there.
No one ever
There's
said he was
something else
normal,
can't
though.
I know
remember.
everybody in the newsroom just plugging their nose as Derek was eating. And they're like, don't come near me and talk for the rest of the night.
I mean, just the raw onions and the tuna together, that'll... Did you floss after that?
I rinsed my mouth out with a Coke Zero.
With some aspartame?
Dude, his
So-
dentist has got hate his life.
I think of the. I don't love turkey.
Oh,
I'll eat it. Like I eat it, but it's not like my favorite meat.
give me the bird.
So I think like of the dishes, it's probably homemade mashed potatoes for me because like you just throw a pile on. I'll eat everything else,
Don't
but like
you
that's
want
the thing
like
that I
2
want.
cans of Del Monte corn on top of those taters? Oh,
I mean, yeah, I don't
get,
mind it.
I get corn in your mashed
Yeah,
potatoes.
yeah,
That's
that-
fine by me.
the cranberry sauce one is a little weird, but I probably could actually see that making like working.
Yeah.
I should say.
It's like cold cranberry sauce
Yeah.
and the warm mashed potatoes and butter. Like, it's a good taste. Try it.
This year, I think I've told you guys before, like I have a pretty large family. My dad's one of 5, my mom's one of 4. And we've been really lucky that until this past year, I still had all 4 grandparents. So we had a bunch of people all the time for holidays. It's been a little bit trickier for me living farther away in recent years to get in for all of the holiday functions, but this year we're going in for Thanksgiving. And we've done this before where like our Thanksgiving or our Christmas might be on like the weekend. This year it's going to be on Saturday because everyone's going to have like their own individual Thursday nights and whatnot. But my two cousins that live in Chicago, who we don't get to see very often, the guy who was
stopped and saw him this weekend.
The guy who was Barbie or Ken in our wedding, running out to I'm Just Ken. They're coming in for the first time in a while. They only make it to the holidays like once every 4 or 5 years. So when they do, like a lot more of the family kind of gets there because we like seeing them. They're popular. Okay, I jumped the gun. I thought you were going to start. Wow. So we're having everyone on Saturday.
No trust.
And my in-laws are coming in with, we're going together Thursday to stay with my parents for a couple days. But this year's theme, because my parents now host, our family has started, and this is mostly my dad's side of the family that we do this with, has started this thing where like every big holiday function, we do like some sort of different food theme. And this year it's all charcuterie and finger foods. So I made pickles, homemade pickles. My mom's handling like the charcuterie board. I'm also going to make pumpkin bread, and like everyone else is bringing like different desserts and whatnot that are finger foods basically. So we probably won't have a Thanksgiving bird. We'll just have a whole bunch of stuff.
Do you do the stuffed celery with cream cheese or peanut butter?
do.
I don't.
Oh, I love
No.
Wait, the what?
stuffed celery with either peanut butter or cream cheese.
Oh, with peanut butter. I didn't hear the peanut butter part. I will eat that. You've seen me in the office. I'll just eat celery
I've
with
done
peanut
that.
butter.
Yeah, that's good.
Like great snack.
We're having
yeah.
that. I'll make you a deal. I will try your mashed potato cranberry sauce concoction if you try cracker salad. Okay. You heard it here.
Wait, what else
put
the ingredients again? Because it's like crackers.
It's saltine crackers, cut up onions, cut up celery, and then you douse it with hot gravy. So it's hot. You're not eating it cold. It's still hot because the gravy.
I don't like celery and I don't like onions, except like very, I don't know, in certain situations.
Anyway, that's for my family. But Beth is not a fan of it, so we're not having that on Thursday because we're hosting. So the menu's kind of up to her. But everything she does make is awesome. I love you, Beth.
Oh,
That was so sweet.
Okay, let's move on. All right. I know we all got our kind of, I know you're into cards. You're into hats.
mm-hmm.
I'm into some things.
YouTube videos.
I'm going to start off with this. I don't know if you
Found footage.
When it comes to hats, you collect hats. Give us the rundown. You have ground rules when it comes to hats, though. What's the rule there?
Either I or my direct family has had to have gone to that state.
Right.
No one else can give me the hat.
They can't just buy it on Amazon and give it to you.
Nope.
Okay.
It's got to be purchased within the state. I prefer with baseball with MLB that it has to be like the official, not like some knockoff like weird looking Phillies hat or something like that. Whereas like the NFL and NBA and stuff, they don't wear hats. I like to actually wear like the game day baseball hat or alternative one. Like I have a 1980s Phillies hat, but they don't wear that much anymore, but I have that one. And it's mostly baseball and football, but I do have some NBA, some hockey, and then obviously like several from the Nippon League when I was in Japan.
In your mind, what's your coolest one? What's your best hat?
Ooh. I mean, I really like the Japan ones just because like I had to put some real effort into getting those. But as far as aesthetics, come back to me on that one. Give me a minute to think. I've got a few.
Brendan, do you want to go the card route? Because I know you got a lot of cards, or do you want to go the memorabilia route?
But it'd be cool to have one of those Honus Wagner cards.
Absolutely. If you have, what is it, like $16 million?
Yeah, that would honestly probably be like the biggest one for me. But I don't know. I like game use stuff. I don't have a lot of it. I don't know. If I had to think, maybe like the helmet that Antonio Brown used to have the helmet catch against the Ravens in that playoff game, or like the gloves. I think that'd be pretty cool.
How about the shoes or the ball? The shoes that Franco Harris was wearing or the ball that he caught for the Immaculate Reception.
That's a good one.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Funny enough, you see how they messed up the score on the terminal at the airport. Bailey pulls up her phone yesterday and she shows me. She's like, look at what they have at the airport. I was like, yeah, they've always had that Franco statue for a while now. I said, do you know what the Immaculate Reception is? She goes, No. I was like,
Oh, sure.
I got a lot to
Brandon,
teach you.
This is what relationships are for, to teach, introduce each other to new
Holy
things.
smokes. That was like, man. Anyway.
It's a Pittsburgh staple.
Did you say they had the wrong score, though?
It was 12-7.
Yeah, it was 13-7.
Yeah.
That ticks me off. When you go
That
through that
is
much
so
effort
messed
to
up.
put a
Embarrassing.
statue up.
That's embarrassing. Come on, who
13.
did that?
I don't know. That's look. We're detail guys, right? We like
Well,
getting things right.
yeah.
I mean,
you're
you know,
sports writers.
That
You're
ticks me
sports.
off. That really ticks me off.
I
I mean, that's
see-
like spelling somebody's name wrong on
So-
their Hall of Fame plaque.
Has it always been wrong, or since they
No, since they moved
since
it,
they
changed
moved it?
Yeah.
You know what they're thinking. I guarantee you I know what they're thinking. Everybody knows that before that touchdown was scored, it was 7-6 Raiders. And they're thinking, okay, Franco scores the touchdown. That's 6 points, 12-7. But they kicked the extra point.
They didn't
'Cause
do
they were still like-
their jobs.
There was still like 6 seconds left in that game. So he kicked the extra point. It's 13-7.
But how is it that the last plaque was like that?
It's
And
not,
they just
it's
wanted
not even
to-
a plaque. They like put like a sign on the wall. So they like, it was a new sign, I guess.
Well, whoever typed up that sign needs to be fired.
What would you say if you had to compare the Immaculate Reception to something? Obviously, there's not another Immaculate Reception, but like the watershed moment in Philadelphia Eagles history, like play. What is it? Is it Deshaun Jackson returning against the Giants?
Well, if we're talking like, especially because you have to make it playoffs. I mean, and this was
4 and
actually going to be my
27.
answer to the question of like, what would be the piece of memorabilia I'd want? Philly, the touchdown in the 2018 Super Bowl.
I thought you were gonna say 4th and 27.
4th and 26 actually.
26.
Freddie Mitchell, Donovan McNabb against the Packers. What, 2003, probably.
I didn't mind those Eagles teams. I like those Eagles teams. I hate these ones.
I'd want
These
that
teams
ball.
win.
Yeah,
That's why you don't like them.
Despite a
I used to
constipated
not mind the Chiefs. Now you could stick them on the chopping block with that turkey on Thursday. I'm telling you.
So I would want that because that
good
was such a cool moment, and didn't know that the Eagles were going to actually finish that game and win it. But it's the first Super Bowl. Like the Phillies have already won a World Series. The Phillies, Sixers, and Flyers had all won championships by this point. 2018's the first Super Bowl the Eagles have ever won. That play was just like, I remember being in the room with a bunch of friends in Philadelphia, and we were all like, "What just happened?" Because we didn't actually see the fake. We didn't process what happened until the replay, and then all of a sudden we realized like, oh, Nick Foles caught the touchdown. That was crazy. So I would want that ball. To think about what. So if I was gonna root or not count anything Phillies or Philly related as hats. I really like my Louisville Bats hat, even though it's not the old school one with the bat carrying a bat. I want to get that one day.
How about that? Bat carrying a bat. You'd be into that.
And I like I have a Pittsburgh Pirates hat from when Mallory and I were still dating early on. It was the year that they hosted the All-Star game. So it's the gold P with the All-Star logo on the side. That's probably up there too. I think it's those two. I really want a Toledo Mud Hens hat, probably. That's probably one of my next ones that I want to
Stayed
get.
in Toledo on Saturday night.
Yeah?
Like 4th time in my life I've stayed there.
How was it?
It wasn't actually like in Toledo. It was like 15 minutes outside it.
So you're
And
lying.
We stayed on the lake, and we didn't know that we were on the lake until we woke up in the morning. There was the sunrise and Lake Erie there. I was like, it's pretty nice. We got in at like,
How did you not know
we
that
got
you
there
were
at 3
staying on
a.m.
the lake?
We got there at 3 a.m. and it
But
was
still,
behind the
just
hotel.
like who booked it?
My boss. At like midnight, I'm
Man,
guessing.
Wait, he stayed with you? I mean, at the same hotel?
There was 3 of us. I slept on the pullout, and then our photographer. and
Okay. I was
my
going to
boss.
say, okay. I mean, if he's staying there too, I was like, wait, I thought it was like Jake booking a room for me out in Chambersburg, but not actually coming with me. So I have to put up with the hotel that he chose.
We stayed in
for
downtown
me.
Chicago on Sunday night, which is pretty
What's
cool.
that squeaking sound? It's a funny squeaky
It's a funny squeaky sound. I don't hear it. You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
For Christmas, we got to dress up like Christmas Vacation. Come on.
Come on.
The only reason I know what that movie is because my mom recorded on a VHS tape, and I recorded over it.
Oh,
That's not funny.
She was livid. It was like I don't even know what I recorded over to either. Like, it was
Should we
probably
do?
some
Should we do
stupid
like a
movie.
Secret Santa or like a white elephant thing? I think that'd be
would-
fun.
Between the four of us,
Just-
I think that would be fun.
just all movies.
between the four of us,
It's all
I'd be
DVDs.
down for
I think
that.
that'd be fun.
All
Yeah.
right, we can do that.
The newsroom doesn't know me well enough to like get me something I'd actually care about.
Since
so-
you're going to be since we're going to not cross paths next week, we'll have to do in 2 weeks your fantasy championship dinner on the
there we
show.
go. Just bring a Chipotle bowl and like eat it after.
I'm just glad that the person who finished in last, me, doesn't have to like do anything. I could just stay here.
Just watch.
We
forlornly.
should all just leave. All of us leave and just go to Chipotle for an hour for our breaks and then come back.
Hey, do we have? This doesn't have to be part of the show. Do we have a?
Are we done? Are we done recording?
we're
Okay,
done.
hold on. Say goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
We encourage you to subscribe to the Butler Eagle YouTube channel and Apple or Spotify podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Alter Eagle Podcast and at Butler Eagle News. Goodbye.